Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live. Do you believe in magic? We do. Packers Hall of Famer Don Majkowski is here. We'll reminisce with Majik about his career and get his take on the newest Packers starting QB. We'll also look back on last night's Packers dud in Las Vegas. Yeah, we have to do it, people. But we're giving away a set of Packers tickets. Sorry, online folks. You have to be here to register and win. It is time to get started. Hey, Majik, come on in.
Chuck. Hey, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Fox Club. We're hanging out at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium here in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the home of Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me hear ya. And give yourselves a round of applause. What a great crowd here on a Tuesday night. How about this crowd? Wow. Yeah. We're going to have a fun show. We got a lot of good stuff planned. But before we get started, I got to give it up to our high-fivers, our tunnel creators. I don't know what we call these guys. I know what we call them. We call them the Fox Valley Association Boys Soccer Champs. It's the Neenah Rockets, everybody. Look at them right there. We will recognize them a little bit more thoroughly as the show goes on. We do have more to talk about, though. Unfortunately, Raiders 17, Packers 13 last night. Most folks enjoy their trips to Las Vegas, right? Not so much, though, for the slumping Packers, who scuffled again offensively in falling to the Raiders on Monday Night Football. Jordan Love tossed 3 interceptions, including one in the final minute that secured a second straight defeat. Once again, Packers getting off to a slow start and then had to try to rally from a deficit. Couldn't climb that hill. So the Packers will take a 2-3 record into what now appears to be a much-needed bye week, right? A break that most certainly will include plenty of self-scouting for the players and the coaches. We'll see if they can figure out how to get themselves out of those doldrums and find some sort of offensive rhythm. Mad Vince needs a bye too. He's tired of being mad, but it's Mad Vince tonight after the loss. He hates losing football games, so maybe they can come out of that bye and take down the Denver Broncos. We will soon find out. But Mad Vince becomes Happy Vince when it's a Legends edition, right? He loves his Packers Hall of Famers, and we have one sitting right over there. Look at that. It's the Magic Man. He's back. It's Don Majkowski. He's here. Not yet. We'll get him up here. Yeah. We'll get him up here in a bit. First, though, Majik, I got to thank our presenting sponsors, okay? And then we'll get you up here. Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. First at Cellcom, putting you at the center of all they do means saving you $500 when you join. You choose the plan, number of lines, and phone. Visit cellcom.com for details. And Packerland Home Improvement. They've delivered superior windows and doors installation service for 50 years. Take advantage of their current special. Buy one window or door, get one 60% off plus 12 months, no payments. And for folks in the audience, again, and watching online, get an additional $250 off your entire project simply by mentioning Clubhouse Live. That's all you have to do. Packerland Home Improvement, it matters. It's your home. I got to do it, don't I? This is the part of the show that nobody likes. It is when I introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is Chicago Bears fan, and I know Majik remembers this guy. It is Ricardo Arguello, everybody. Lot of frustration right now, Ricardo. They don't like feeling like the Bears, do they?
Abino here really giving it to me there. I felt that vibration.
Yeah, Majik giving it to you too a little bit right now, right? He doesn't like you very much. He told me that in the back room. Okay. How about your Bears? Congratulations, they finally won a game.
I'm happy. Hey, got to stack the wins, but hey, I'm happy for this week anyway.
But they're blowing their chances at Caleb Williams.
Whoa.
Right?
No, they didn't. Remember, they still have Carolina's #1 pick.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Carolina's winless.
That's
so,
true.
Never know. Maybe the Packers might trade up to get that #1 pick to get a quarterback. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Maybe get Marvin Harrison Jr. instead. Maybe All right, that's enough about you. This is an interactive show, right? Tell everybody how it works again, please.
It is. We already have a pretty active chat here. We invite your comments and questions through that chat. That can be found online next to the video viewer if you're watching this on your desktop, your laptop, on your phone, or whatever. I'm monitoring that chat, and I'll relay any comments or questions over to you and the Magic Man.
Clubhouse Live is the hashtag, and our Twitter handles at PCBretzi, at Ricardo De Leon, at DMagic7. And as always, please give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So I had to bring out the Bears welcome mat. The Magic Man's here, right? He'll get that very famous game against the Chicago Bears, right? So we thought maybe the Magic Man could stomp his feet all over that ugly welcome mat, the ugliest logo in sports, as we like to say. And here we go. Here is tonight's special guest, a long resume to be sure. He played in 10 NFL seasons, including 6 with the Packers. He was selected by the Packers back in the 10th round, back then, of the '87 NFL Draft. He started 49 of the 68 games in which he appeared with the Packers. That included all 16 games during that memorable 1989 season. Remember that season, Packer fans, right? He led the league in completions, attempts, and passing yardage in guiding Green Bay to a 10-6 record, capturing the imagination of Titletown and Packers fans everywhere. He finished second in '89 in league MVP voting. How about that? That's how good he was. In 1989, he also became the first Packers quarterback since the great Bart Starr in 1966 to be selected to the Pro Bowl. He earned second-team All-Pro mention in 1989. He was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame in 2005. How about that, right? He's a Packers Hall of Famer. Tonight's special guest was undeniably, despite what Ricardo tries to claim, he was behind the line of scrimmage against the Bears, right? He was. Our special guest is a cool dude. He's a great friend of the show. He is not a fan of Ricardo, clearly. And did you guys see it? He can still get up on stage and rock to Billy Idol and Poison. That was just last month. He did it, and we're going to talk about that. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame quarterback? It's number 7. It's the Magic Man. It's Don Majkowski. Come on over, Don. There we go. Yes. Yes.
Sorry, bro.
Yes.
It's all right.
Ricardo.
You got me good on that one, Magic Man.
I'm
what,
sorry.
Magic Man comes over and gives me one of those cool high-five shakes. I'm not even cool enough to be doing that kind of stuff. This is a Magic Man. He just makes everybody cooler. But welcome back to the show, Don. Magic. How about this crowd here? How about this crowd? You're here to see you.
Very nice. Thank you guys for coming out. This is outstanding. Man, it's Packer Nation. There's nothing like it, man. You guys support every event, and it's just it's warming, and we're very grateful as former players. And we come back, you guys put us on a nice pedestal, and you treat us very well. So thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. Sure. Well, before we get started, quick programming note. Next Monday we will be back, our normal night. Next Monday, as All-Pro Keyshawn Nixon returns as our co-host, one of our co-hosts anyway. He'll also bring a teammate guest. So again, be here at the Fox Club, same time, 6:30 p.m. And tonight, after the show, Don, we're giving away these Packers Miller Lite deck tickets as well. So you have to be here, present to register and win. So anybody watching online, you better hustle and try to get over here as quick as you can. So. Anyway, welcome back. I know we were here, we visited with you last year at the old place. Now we're here at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium, the Fox Club. And did you know, that's sure. Did you know, Mr. Majkowski, Mr. Magic, the Magic Man, when you visited us last year, it was also October 10th. So right? A year to the day, we are officially calling October 10th Magic Day in Clubhouse Live history. That's it. That's it.
All right. Nice. That's great.
So,
hey,
when it's October 10th, 2024, we expect you to be sitting right here next to me doing this all over again.
Okay, that sounds good. No, I will.
Done deal.
I love coming back here. It's great. Like I said, reconnecting with Packer fans and just being part of the new era. What's going on now is exciting, and just being back in Wisconsin is exciting. I mean. I love coming back here. My wife, Kelly, over there is a cheesehead. She's from Milwaukee. So say hi to Kelly. She's from Menominee Falls. We'll be married going on 30 years.
Wow,
so
congratulations.
Yes, love my life. She's makes me a better man, for sure.
So you guys just kind of You kind of spend some time in Wisconsin now, don't you? Right.
Right. Yeah. Last year was the first year that our kids are finally. Well, I have 2 kids. My daughter's 27. My son's 25. So now they're both out of college
Empty
and working.
nesters.
Empty nesters. And so we finally can do, the stuff that we want to do for ourselves a little bit more, And so we rent a house in Green Bay, and we're up here the whole season up until like Thanksgiving. So from September till Thanksgiving. So gives me an opportunity to really reconnect with a lot of people, the community, and I'm involved doing a lot of stuff. And I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and down there, I mean, I can go anywhere and not be recognized ever, So I come here and it's a different story, and it's a little overwhelming sometimes, but it's really, everybody's so nice and classy that it's so much fun, and I appreciate being able, like I said, reconnecting with a lot of people. So it's been fun being back up here during the season. We love it.
Absolutely. Well,
Yep.
It's good to have you here, and again, thanks for hanging out with us. Sure, go ahead, applaud
Yeah,
anytime
thank
you
you.
want.
Yeah.
Thanks for spending some time with us. We love having you here. But I gotta ask, how you feeling? How you feeling physically? And the reason I ask, because I know back in I think February, I think your wife tweeted some pictures of you. You're back on the operating bed, right? You had hip replacement surgery and a gluteal reconstruction repair.
Yeah.
Those were surgeries number 24 and 25 for you. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
And I guess you have number 26 coming up in November with a right shoulder surgery.
Yeah,
You're the bionic
January
man.
10th. I got another torn rotator cuff in my
So how you feeling?
X throwing shoulder, and I got to get a total shoulder replacement on the left shoulder. So the hip replacement was tough. It wasn't just a regular hip replacement. Those are pretty routine, but it said the gluteal repair. I had some torn tendons, from the glutes that attach to the side of your hip, and they had to reattach it. And it's like a torn rotator cuff repair in your shoulder, but on your hip. So it was tough. I'm still recovering. It's an 11-month process to recover. So I'm done with therapy, but it was rough. And it's just, this will be number 26 coming up, 27. It's crazy.
It's a lot of surgeries.
It's been tough. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's we are tough guys as former players, but it's not easy. But you got to keep on doing what you got to do.
But I gotta say, he looks good, doesn't he? I mean, he's sitting there moving around like he could be on the field again. If you
Not bad for 42, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go on social media, you can see him. He's up on stage. I think this was at the Stadium View in Green Bay in September. You're singing that Billy Idol song, Rebel Yell. You're doing Poison. You're moving around. You're dancing. You're doing good, Don. You're looking good.
Did you see the video? The second part of the video, though?
I'm not sure if I saw all of the video.
The second part of the video was after the show where I was laying in bed. My wife, I was in agony. My ankle had blown up, and I was just moaning and groaning, looking at all the swelling, and my wife was like, see, that's the price you pay for trying to be a rock star.
You got to take it easy.
It was a 3-minute song, and I mean, it was a spur of the moment thing. It was not planned. I'm an amateur musician that love it as a hobby, and amateur singer, but I can get by. And I was there with some friends, my wife and her friends, and we were it was that big after party after we beat the Saints, that big comeback from behind victory, and it was a very fun environment after the game at Stadium View, and I was letting it rip, man. I was having a pretty good time, So, I got egged on to get up there, and the band was yelling for me to come up, and I succumbed to the pressure, and I went up there, and they were cool though. It was fun, We did one song.
After going through 25 surgery, you're allowed to have a little bit of fun, Majik Man. You're allowed to go up there and have a little fun. So, why do you think it clicked with you and Packer fans? Why it's just a connection there, right? What is it about that?
First thing, I'm very Polish.
Right.
We got that connection.
You fit right in, don't you?
There's a lot of brothers in my Polish community here that I fit in well with. I'm 100%. But I don't know. I think you just have to be yourself, and I think I like to think that I have a personality that I'm pretty easy to get along with, and when I meet people, they just they just think it's pretty cool that when they meet a quarterback, they're expecting to meet someone that's above everybody else as far as you know, their personality or whatever. But I'm pretty down to earth, very down to earth, and I just love just talking to people and just being a regular guy, you know. And yeah, I'm a dad now, husband, and it's fun, you know. And I don't know, I think they appreciated a lot of the fans. What I hear most is, you know, they appreciated that you know, I was just part of a bunch of years that just got Packer football back to being respectable and brought back some more fun, and you know, brought some excitement to the quarterback position, which was kind of struggling for a lot of years, and you know, brought back a little flair, brought back the mullet. Man,
Yes.
we were doing it all, man.
We might
you know?
talk about that later on.
Brought back the
Majik.
highlights. I mean, we were doing it all, man. So I don't know, it was a little different, and you know, the Wisconsin fans kind of gravitated to that, so it was pretty cool.
Well, I tell you what, we'll get to the mullet and all that good stuff a little bit later. We're going to take a trip down memory lane, but I was going to kind of say, we got members of the Neenah boys soccer team here tonight, right? The Fox Valley Association champs. Now, they were born before 1980 or after 1989. But I got to tell these guys, this guy right here, he brought a serious. But he was the buzz before the buzz, right? Before Favre and Rodgers. This guy brought a serious flair and charisma to the quarterback spot, and got a taste of what that was all about and how good that felt, especially beating the Bears finally, as we will talk about here in a moment. So that's the Magic Man, but let's do that. We got to talk a little bit about 1989 like we did last year.
Okay.
Rosie, can you put up Exhibit A again? This is what we discussed last year. There it is.
Yeah.
This was 1989, November. Clearly, you were behind the 14-yard line when you threw the game-winning pass to Sterling Sharp that beat Ricardo's Bears, right?
Correct.
The play, as it happened, the play, it was a touchdown. Then they said, nope, he was over the line of scrimmage. And then there was a reversal. The crowd went nuts. You were clearly behind the line of scrimmage. Now, the reason, Majik, I brought this up is because we talked about this last year.
We did.
With Ricardo. Remember
Yep,
that?
I
He
do.
refused to acknowledge the fact that you were behind the line of scrimmage.
I know. Yeah.
Now, Ricardo has insisted, and I have no idea what's going to happen here, but he wants to discuss this play a little bit more with you, and I'm
Okay.
going to turn it over to you,
Okay.
Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello.
Ricardo, let it.
Yes.
What you got?
Magic Man, let me tell you. That happened. I was in middle school when that play happened. I have held this anger now for 33, 34 years. Every football season it intensifies. Thinking of that play, my precious Bears, you beating them on that last play. I'm not saying it wasn't a great play. It was a fantastic play. And actually, Sterling made a great catch. But you know what? I can't let that anger stay inside of me this whole time. So I extend an olive branch, an offering of peace. I hereby pull back my argument that you were over the line.
Wow.
Nice.
How about that?
I gotta. It only took 33, 34 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no. Let's not go that. Grizzly Dan said he really is a Packer fan. That ain't happening. But, you know, a lot of that had to do with, you know, my favorite coach, Coach Ditka, and he held it. And I guess I was right there along with him. And
Yep.
I relent, again, being of sound mind and somewhat chubby body, I relent and admit you were behind the line of scrimmage. It was a great play. It was a legal play, Don.
Thank you, Ricardo. You know, hey, that's very big of you, man. I appreciate it, you know, being a man. And you know what? Don't feel bad, because the older we get, man, we just get so soft. The softer we get. I cry more now watching movies with my wife. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. We get softer, but I appreciate it, because we were definitely behind the line, and thank you for that.
Basically, what he wants to say, it's about damn time, Ricardo, that
Thank
you finally
you.
got
Yeah,
wise to your
He was
senses,
being very
so.
nice about it. So, yes,
I
Don,
am. Yeah.
hey, great play.
Thank you.
Kudos
thank
to you.
Yeah.
Well,
And what was crazy too,
Yeah.
though, one of the coolest things about that play is, obviously it was the first time that we had beaten the Bears in 8 games in 4 years, right? It was in Lambeau Field, and it was, you know, 4th and 14 or 4th and, right? 4th and 16, whatever. 4th and, yeah. It was 4th down. We couldn't get a first down. We had to get a touchdown. And on 4th down it was just an improvised play, because the initial play was to throw a quick 6-yard slant route to Sterling, who was split way out left because we thought they were going to blitz us, and we were going to hit him on a quick short pass, and he was going to break a tackle and go in. And when I got the snap and shotgun, you know, I saw the Bears defense drop back in zone immediately, and it was the play we had called was not a good play called, you know, the short slant. So I just immediately aborted the play and just started. I was like, hey, we got drawn a dirt here, and just like play some schoolyard ball, make something happen. And you know, I just started scrambling, using my ability, and as you saw, we were getting really close to the sideline and the line of scrimmage, and threw it. The first time, though, you could see I cocked it, and a lot of players from the Bears converged on the fake pump, and then I luckily brought it back, and right before he hit the sideline, you know, I threw it to Sterling, found him in a tiny window. I mean, it was a great play, a lot of skill involved, but I mean, it was pretty damn lucky too. You know, it was you know, spare of the moment. It was just the only place they could be. And but what was cool is that they had first year they implemented instant replay and review. You know, so they were up in the booth, not like today's technology, but they had, I heard, like a little 8-inch screen TV one. And all the refs were around, you know, discussing the play, trying to figure out if I was behind the line of scrimmage or not. But then it was a 4-minute wait, and during that 4 minutes, I was on the field. Everybody was just, you know, on the edge of their seat. And Singletary came walking up and got in my face and said something I really can't repeat. And I said something back to him, which I can't repeat. And when they came down and they changed the call, they said, you know, the referee came down and said, after further review, we have a reversal. Touchdown, right? And the place just went absolutely nuts. And to beat them on the last play of the game in such an you know, dramatic fashion was probably, obviously, my signature play as a Packer.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the most famous plays in Packers history.
Yeah, and Brett, and I know we have the Nina soccer team here. Just all you got to do is go to YouTube, look up 1989 Packers Bears. Majkowski or Majik, man, it'll
game,
come up.
Yeah.
It'll come up.
It's a great. Yeah, Dan Fouts is you know, on the commentary and all that stuff. But well, I tell you, well, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on now, but and also to the Nina kids, the study 1989, because a couple weeks later, then they had a huge win at San Francisco, beat the defending champs 21-17, and you handed the 49ers their only loss, or their last loss of the season. They went on to win a repeat as Super Bowl champs. And, and Majik, I think you rushed for 2 scores and threw for another in that game as well. So I'm telling you what, this guy, again, he had created a serious buzz at that time, and it was just a lot of fun, and he was a lot of fun to watch play. So, Rosie, let's do, instead of the gift of the night, we're going to do the photo. Oh, yeah, there's the Magic Man against San Francisco in 1989 right there. Big victory over Mike Holmgren was on that staff as well. I think
no, that was, on San
89?
Francisco staff. But I remember that game. If you see that picture, was the only game in my career that I had this big knee brace on, because the previous week I had hyperextended my knee, my right knee. I got a big old brace on, which I hated. It limited my mobility, but I had hyperextended my knee the previous week in Detroit, and I didn't practice one day during that week of practice, and just on game day, you know, you did whatever you had to do to get out there and you know, deal with the pain, and you know, we sucked it up a little bit and we played, and it was tough, but well worth it, man.
Another signature victory.
Yeah, you know, and Montana, man, he ripped me off with that MVP, man. I swear. I had like 1,000 yards more passing than him, more touchdowns. We beat them head-to-head in San Francisco, but I guess because he went on to win the Super Bowl, they gave it to him, and yeah, he couldn't let me have one. Man, what did he get? 4 MVPs?
Yeah, right.
He could have been cool to let me have one, but yeah. Anyways, that was a great win. That was cool. That was very, very good win.
That was a huge win. And
Brett, no one talks about that win. Remember, the 49ers went on to win the Super Bowl, beating Denver, I think 55-10. That's still a record Super Bowl blowout win.
And only Super Bowl I ever went to was that game,
I was going to say, these guys, again, were the last team to beat the 49ers that season in San Francisco at Candlestick Park. So, Magic, let's do this. Rosie, let's do not the gift of the night. Let's do the photo of the night. Let's check it out. What's going on here at the photo? Yeah, that's last night. Magic Man, I want to get your quick thoughts. There you can see Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks there, heads down after losing last night. 2 quick thoughts, quickly. Your thoughts on Jordan Love, all right? Everybody's panicking about what's going on right now, and what's going on with his offense?
I mean, Jordan Love right now, first of all, I'm behind the kid, okay? I'm a supporter of Jordan. He's got a lot of talent. He's got great mindset. He's smart. Looks like a good leader. I just think he just needs to relax sometimes during the game. I see him, he's the tentative on some of his throws, you know, and when you're tentative as a quarterback, it just does not work. I mean, you just have to let it fly. You have to throw like you know you can throw, and if you try to guide the ball or you're just tentative, it sails on you. And like yesterday, they ran a bootleg play where he faked handoff to the running back going left, and he ran a bootleg, and he was supposed to throw it back to Dylan, and he just, you know, he kind of babied the throw, and he one-hopped it, and that's just like, you know, a little play like that, you just got to throw it. You just have to use your ability and relax, and I think he's just a little tentative at times right now, and it's hurting him during certain times of the game, you know, and then, you know, some of the interceptions he had yesterday, or the one, you know, it seems like maybe he could be predetermining who he's going to throw the ball to. Like, when you come out of the huddle, you know, you got a primary receiver, a secondary, and your third read. And sometimes you're so excited with the play call, and you know you want to get it to that primary guy and get it the big gain, you know, and you kind of predetermined that I'm going to go there, you know, and there was triple coverage almost that one interception, and you know it was a poor read, but it happens when you're a young quarterback. Trust me, I've been there. But the thing about being a young quarterback is that there's no way you're going to end up being great unless you go through these heartaches. I mean, they're not failures. You know, you're just mistakes, and you have to learn from them. It's called experience, you know. And the big thing for a quarterback, though, the great ones, and if you're going to be a great one, is that you cannot let that mentally affect you. You just have to have amnesia, forget about it. How quick can you get over that and just go on to the next play? You know, don't dwell on it. Don't let it have an effect on how you play for the rest of the game. So hopefully he can do that as he grows and matures, and with the supporting cast, because it's a bunch of young guys. So, you know, they didn't have Aaron Jones, you know, and I'm not trying to make any excuses, but they need everybody on board to be the best they can be, obviously, you know. So we got some good players, and the young guys I'm excited to watch. You know, these young receivers are pretty good. You know, the young tight end Musgrave was really good. You know, obviously Watson and Dobbs. I mean, these guys can play. Kid from Michigan State, Reed, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys can play, so we got to hang in there. And you know, I just want to see maybe a little bit more. When you're a quarterback, you got to have some fire, man, under you. I mean, you got to be an assassin, a general out there, you know. And I'd like to see maybe a little bit more intensity, you know, a little more emotion, and get these guys going on Jordan's behalf, you know. So hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I heard Grizzly Dan out there. Yeah. The kind of just got to grow up a little bit, kind of get used to the role, and maybe these are the growing pains, right, that they have to experience as a young offense. But Ricardo, I know you have an audience question, right? I believe you do.
Yes, I do. This is from Betty Harris. Betty. She's way over there. Raise her hand. There you go, Betty. Thank you for that. By the way, her shirt is great. I think she has Majkowski, Brent Fullwood, and Sterling Sharp on.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, from all the way back from 88, 89.
Yeah.
Still
Nice.
around. Okay,
Nice.
her question is this. What is your opinion of salary that the players make these days? I read your first year was only, now she says only, she said this, not me, was only $65,000 with a $10,000 signing bonus. By the way, I looked that up on the inflation calculator. That's about $170,000 now for playing. So what are your thoughts on what they're getting paid now?
Wow. Yeah, there is a big difference, you know. Yeah, that's true, though. My rookie year, being a 10th round draft pick, you know, I got hurt my senior year in college. I separated my passing shoulder in the third game, and my draft stock went way down. So I would have been a much higher draft pick. That's the thing that really kind of chaps me, because everybody thinks you were just a 10th round pick. But it was just because of the injury. I mean, I was a much better player, and I knew that. But I had a lot to prove when I came in. And, yeah, I got a $10,000 signing bonus that year in 1987, and my base salary was $65,000. And then we went on strike that year, so I missed 4 paychecks. I made about 35, I think, as a starting quarterback. But, hey, First time I opened up my own bank account, and I was happy as heck, man. But today's game is, wow, this is the time to play quarterback.
Right.
As if you're going to have a kid who has the ambition to play football, I always tell these young kids, make sure your son plays quarterback. Why, kids? Because I always say this, kind of kiddingly, but they make all the money. The quarterback makes all the money and get all the girls.
Yeah,
so
right.
that I say that you.
There you go.
But no, honestly, with the rule changes, first of all, and the way the facilities are, the playing surfaces are so much better nowadays, and the rules where how you can't hit the quarterback, and the salary is just unbelievable. I'm not jealous. I'm not mad at them. I mean, I think it's just amazing. I mean, good for them. I'm envious. I wish I was playing during this era instead of what we did, because playing when I played in the 80s and 90s was hard. And we got hit so much harder than they can nowadays, and the rules were different, and it was rough. It was way rougher. But I can't even imagine as a player getting a signing bonus for like $150 million, and they got, I mean, it's insane. Their base salaries are $50 million. I mean, how do you budget that? That'd be hard, wouldn't it?
There's no comparison, right?
No,
so,
man. So
yeah.
hey, it's crazy, but that's just the way the economy's going right now, and the way the owners are making so much money that they're paying these guys what they are.
There you go. So thank you for the audience question. We appreciate it.
Good question.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick time. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a quick time out, Majik, and it's time for tonight's stat pack. The Packers' loss to the Raiders was their first since Majik's rookie season of 1987. That was when the Raiders played in Los Angeles. That's how long it's been since the Packers lost to the Raiders. Green Bay was blanked 20-0 in that Week 1 showdown back in '87 at Lambeau Field. That loss also snapped the Packers' 8-game winning streak against the Raiders. Hey, Ricardo.
FYI, I was not the quarterback in that game.
No, you weren't. You were not. I know that. So just your rookie season, I thought it was a good, interesting tie-in. But that would have been Randy Wright, I believe, right? Would have been starting. Yeah.
Correct.
Ricardo, who's now Majik's best friend, apparently. We
Ricardo.
are doing a trivia tonight, right?
Yeah, well, we have a couple of rules, though, for that trivia question. First off, we'll ask it. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Don't shout it out and help somebody else. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Ricardo, we've got some great items from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We have a cap. We have player cards, including like Jacob Mizorowski, who could be a Brewer starter here in no time, and a Jacob Lucroy bobblehead as well. So a lot of great items from the Timber Rattlers.
Right. If you win, though, you're out for the rest of the show. Sorry, live chatters. You got to be here to win.
All right, here we go. I'm going to ask trivia question number 1. Majik, you see who raises his or her hand first, maybe, and I'll let
got it.
Besides the Packers, what 2 other teams did the Magic Man play for as part of his 10-year career?
Way in the back of the blue shirt.
Way in the back of the blue shirt next to the window. Come on up. You get the bell.
That's
Yes,
it.
you get the bell. What do you want to give him? We want to give him the cards and hat or the bobblehead? It's up to you, Majik.
I would give him the hat.
The hat? The hat and the playing cards? I'll let
There you go. All right.
give those to the young man. Oh, yeah,
All
he's
right.
a young man. Younger than me, that's for sure. So.
And me.
Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. The Magic Man spent 2 seasons with both the Colts and the Lions. So there we go. We have another Magic question here in a little bit. All right, this is what we're going to do our next segment with Majik. We're going to do like we did with Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer was here a couple weeks ago.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah, it was one of those Thursday night games, so the guys weren't around for Monday. So we did this. We had like a trip down memory lane. We just showed some photos, and we just got Jerry's thoughts. We're going to do that with the Magic Man, too, kind of turn the floor over to you. So, again, we kind of talked about this, Majik, but let's just show the first photo there. It is, Rosie, go ahead. There it is, right? That's the elation of the 1989 Packers victory over Ricardo's Bears. And, man, the emotions, right? You thought you won it, then you thought you lost.
Yep.
And then you thought you won. I mean, talk about a roller coaster.
When we won it, yeah. That was the first game in my athletic career that I started crying on the sidelines because I was so emotional. I never really cried in a sporting event, but we were so happy, man, and I had tears for the first time as an athlete on the sideline during the game. So.
And let's talk about this. I wanted to mention this in the last segment. Sterling Sharp, he's got to be in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, you played with this guy. He was one of the best to ever do it. But again, the young Neenah Rockets don't know. he was on. Yes, he was like outstanding. Ricardo, you as a Bears fan, we're a huge fan of Sterling Sharp.
To me, there was only one receiver better during that time period, and that's Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Sterling he has total package. I mean, Sterling was like, he's 6 foot. He was 200 pounds, but he was just so strong, lightning quick. He had the best hands, how he caught with his hands, not against his chest. I see a lot of players today catching the ball against their chest. Sterling caught with his hands. And if you could not cover him man-to-man and try to play bump and run coverage on him, because very like Devontae Adams, how quick they are, they have a great release off the line of scrimmage, and Sterling was the best at it. And, his running ability after a catch, amazing. So, yeah, I know he didn't play as many years as most of the NFL Hall of Famers do play, but his numbers are crazy. And if you ask all his competitors, his competition, they would say for sure, all the DBs around the league in that era, he was the best. He needs to be in Hall of Fame. I really hope he gets in there.
Yeah, he deserves it, right? And the reason why he had a neck injury. He had a neck injury in 1994, and that was the end of Sterling Sharp, unfortunately. But the guy was incredibly talented. Rosie, let's see the next one. This is for Ricardo's sake. Look at you, yes, stiff arming.
You're just rubbing it
That's
in
Dave
now.
Duerson right there. That is how Magic Man played. Kind of a swashbuckler, like you said, bringing some fire to the team, fearless. Right there, there's that stiff arm. You love that photo.
That's what's up right there. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. Hair is coming up on the back of my neck. Yep, that was an intense rivalry, man. You had to be, you had to be tough, and that was old school tough.
I believe that was in '89 also when you proved that the first game wasn't a fluke when you whipped their butts at Soldier Field the second time
I got to give you respect. That's Dave Duerson.
Yeah, and very good.
Very physical
Rest in
safety.
peace, because I became good friends with Dave, and Dave passed away, but, from CTE, as they found out. So, but yeah.
Great photo. Great
good
action
dude.
photo.
Great photo, yeah.
And that's when Ricardo, the Packers rivalry, it was heated, it was bitter, it was ornery, it was nasty. Not too long earlier was the Charles Martin incident, all that stuff that we don't want to talk about. So, Rosie, next photo, please. How about this one, Magic? That's you going back home, right? You're playing the Buffalo Bills. This would have been in 1988. Yeah. And you traveled to your hometown of Buffalo and played against the Bills. What did that moment mean to you going back home?
Oh, man. You know what? That was an emotional game because I grew up in Buffalo, and the unfortunate thing about that game is that we didn't have a very good showing because it was Lindy Infante's first year as the head football coach, and he was our offensive coordinator, and we were in just a learning process that first year, really, because his offensive philosophies and schematics were so complicated that it took us a year to really understand what we were doing, and Buffalo they had their way with us, but I got pounded pretty good in the old stadium in Buffalo, which they still have, but it was called Rich Stadium back then.
Right.
But their turf was basically just a little piece of on concrete, but I had all my family, friends, high school teammates, coaches there, and they just came to support me and watch me take a pretty good beating.
Yeah, that had to be a lot of fun going home. Yeah, you guys lost 28-0, but again, memorable day playing at your hometown.
Yeah.
Rosie, let's do the next one. This is a cool photo. This is what it's all about, Magic, right here. You and the teammates, right? You and the guys. That's what you miss most, right? Just hanging out in the huddle, in the locker room, going to battle.
Love that. That's the old school they call typewriter huddle. Most teams right now, they go in a circle, but that's like the typewriter huddle. And I like that better because, you're in front. You're the general, man. They're looking at you, and they want you to lead them. And as their leader, you just loved being in that position. That was stuff that you can't really explain how cool that is because, you work so hard to get to that point as a professional and overcoming so many different adversities and hurdles. To be there and running the show, being the guy, there was nothing like it. It was pretty cool.
That's how I feel when I'm up here.
See?
I'm the man. I'm running the show right now, right?
Exactly.
I'm like the Magic Man of Clubhouse Live, Ricardo. Don't you forget it.
See? Yep. You got everything in control.
All right, everything's under
Love
control.
Yep.
We're going to keep to the script. We're going to keep to the game plan because I said so. Next photo, please, Rosie. There it is, the mullet.
There you
That
have
is
it.
the Magic mullet right there.
There you have it.
Look at that. That is a classic picture. Majik, when are we going to see that mullet coming back?
Flock of seagulls looking like there. That's
Yes.
like, oh my gosh. The mullet, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be 60 in February, and man, I'm trying to hang on. I got a little lettuce back here. This is about all I can do. So it's getting tough. And definitely is not blonde anymore either. So and I blame, well, no, I don't, because my wife used to cut my hair back then sometimes and highlight it. But when it came out like that, she used to say that wasn't me because your hair looked orange, pretty much. Yeah, not good. But anyways, hey, I was 25 years old.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I was having a good time and just trying to, be a little different. A little swagger.
Kind of like your idol, Joe Namath, right? Little
Yes.
Broadway Joe, little
Yes.
Majik Man, bringing that swagger, that charisma, that leadership to the team.
Yep.
Well, speaking of charisma, Rosie, let's see the next one then. Talk about, look at that, you and Bret Michaels jamming. I think that's at the old Brown County Arena.
Yep.
Look at you. I mean, you're a rock star.
Look at that nose. I had a nose job since then. Look at that.
I didn't even
Look
notice
at
that. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Yeah, that was fun. Like I said, playing music is I started playing music when I was, a young kid, played in garage bands and stuff, and it's been a hobby of mine, ever since. And I'm a good amateur, and it's a good release. And having become a professional quarterback, I've gotten the opportunity to meet a lot of big time musicians at different events and so forth, and a lot of opportunities have come up because of that. And it's just I take advantage of it because you only live once, and I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just having a good time.
Live life, right?
Yeah, and I just do what I like doing. So
absolutely,
I like it.
Yep, you and Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
You guys still chummy?
No, but
Okay.
I've got asked to go back up there with him a couple times, but I passed. I don't know. Just getting older. It's got to be the right moment, right? I don't like to plan for it, I mean, I don't know.
It's a little different when you're 59 versus when you're 25 years old,
man,
right?
exactly.
You
know what I mean?
Listen,
yeah.
I'm in my 50s
My kids are
too.
like,
I get
Dad, let
that.
it go,
Yeah,
please.
what are you doing, Dad?
Right?
Stop that, please. Well, let's do this one. This is the last one. This is a little surprise for you, Majik Man. Here's baby Majik at 4 months old. Look at that. Look at this little Majik Man there. And
Wow.
I'm going to say we got that photo from your friend Tanya Krieger back there. She's right back there. Wave your hand, Tanya. Yep, you guys go way back. She sent that to me, and I said, I got to include that in the show. Baby Majik right there.
Tanya is such a special lady. I met Tanya back in 1989, where she was a Make-A-Wish child, and she had some things that she was dealing with, and we met, and we've stayed really good buddies ever since, and she's an inspiration. She's a great story. So give Tanya a little applause, man. She's an amazing girl.
Before we go to our social media question of the night, we're going to do our social media question of the night. Are you sure you're still buddies after she gave me that photo, though? Are you okay with that?
I'm good with that. She's just like that. She's always busting my chops.
There's baby Majik, 4 months old. Looked like you could go out there and throw the football around a little
chubby
bit.
Dude. Didn't look like a quarterback there yet, man. Looked like a.
Hey, I got a grandson who looks
fullback.
just like that. I'm thinking maybe he's going to be a quarterback someday. He's big and chunky too.
Yep.
So, hey, Ricardo, how about that? A little trip down memory lane. Wasn't that fun? Good stuff with the Majik
Thanks.
Man.
Wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too
I thought
bad.
it was going to be worse.
That was good. Hey, Ricardo, we have tonight's social media question of the night, and he is sitting in the audience tonight as well.
Yes. Dale Zuliger.
Friend of the show, yep.
Yeah, on Facebook wants to know this. Hey, what was it like leading your Virginia Cavaliers to their first ever bowl appearance and the first bowl win in the Peach Bowl?
1984.
1984. Oh, that was. I mean, it was historic, obviously. What's so neat is, I played at University of Virginia, and it was my sophomore year. And, Virginia had never been to a bowl game in the school's history. And to finally get your team there and quarterback your team, and we beat a really good Purdue team, had Jim Everett as their quarterback.
Oh, sure.
Had Rod Woodson.
Yeah.
I think he picked me off twice that game, but we still found a way to beat them 27-24. And it was in Atlanta, Georgia, where I now live. And it was New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
And that was a good time celebrating after the
bet.
game. Yeah, it was fun.
I can see the Majik Man in college having a few adult beverages for sure.
Yep.
So So great question.
That's a good question.
Yep, Dale right there. Dale, raise your hand. Yep, thank you, Dale, for having his question selected. Dale does win a signed photo of the Magic Man. Each week we'll ask you to submit a photo for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it at facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Time for another timeout. And hey, folks, again, stick around. We've got this great A.J. Dillon, the Quadzilla guy. We're going to give this away from our friends at Bobbles Galore. Bobbles Galore is your source for the largest selection of bobbleheads you will find anywhere. That includes a great selection of Packers, Brewers, and Bucks bobbleheads. And our unofficial mascot, the Mean Gene bobblehead, as well, can be found at Bobbles Galore.
Wait.
Yeah. Right there. There's our official mascot, Mean Gene.
It looks like Favre a little bit.
It looks like who?
Favre. It does look like Favre.
Brett Favre, too. Yeah. Oh, Mean Gene loves that. Mean Gene loves that. Mean Gene loves that. Hey, go to bobblesgalore.com today. So, hey, we're trivia question number 2, Ricardo. You are asking the question.
Yeah, it is. So if both you and Don can look out to the crowd, see who raises their hand first. Hey, we all remember Magic Man is wearing number 7. But what number did he first wear as a rookie?
Right here.
Right there.
Yes.
Right
number
there,
5.
yep, right
yeah,
there.
come on
Yeah.
up. That's Bonnie. She gets the
Bonnie.
bobblehead. She's a
Bonnie
huge
gets
fan
the
of yours,
bobblehead.
Magic.
Come on, Bonnie.
She gets the bobblehead and the bell, and she's going to meet the Magic Man right here. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. There's no hugs. No hugs allowed on this show.
All right. Hey, it was, I did wear number 5 my rookie year, not by choice. I was so embarrassed that when I was drafted, 10th round draft pick, I was, a peon. I got to the locker room, and back then in training camp, there was like 100 guys invited to camp. And so the team had to give out every single number available. And, the equipment manager, when I first got to my locker the first day of practice and I see number 5, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, so I took it, and I'm looking around because I wore number 1 in college. I'm like, well, I don't see any number 1s. I went back to the equipment guy and like, hey, Bob, can I have number 1 instead of 5? And he's like, rookie, you probably will be here for like, a couple days, a cup of coffee, and you'll be gone. Number 5 will be back on the rack. And, as it turned out, I made the team and started in my rookie year. And I met Paul Horning. He was doing radio, our preseason games. And I told him, I said, Paul, Mr. Horning, I'm so sorry that, I'm wearing your number. I'm embarrassed. He's like, hey, if they were going to give it to anybody, he was like, I'm really glad you're wearing it because I like the way you play. He goes, you kind of remind me of myself. I mean, you got the long blonde hair. He was the golden boy. And, I was single at the time. Hadn't met my wife yet, who was my girlfriend when I played here. But he's like, you're single. I was did well off the field, too. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
easy now. Easy.
Horning was,
Easy.
no, that was Horning, I'm saying.
Okay, I thought you were saying
no,
you.
he said
Okay.
he did well off the field. So,
Okay.
which we all know, But, yeah, he was cool about it. But,
Yeah.
But then, after I started the whole rookie year, and then when I came in camp the next year where I was established starter, I went back to the same equipment guy, and I said, Bob, can I change numbers? And they don't give out number 1 because that's like Curly Lambeau.
Yeah.
So I changed it to number 7. That ended up being my number. So.
Then they listened to you, right? Because you had
Oh,
established
yeah, I had
yourself.
a little more clout. Yeah.
So number 5, the Golden Boys
Yep.
number, still they should retire that number. Just be
They
done
should.
with it. I mean,
I
the guy
know.
was
Yep.
incredible. So there you
Yeah,
go.
great guy.
Great stuff from the Magic Man, right? How about that? All right. Hey, Rosie. We need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay in back-to-back years. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. Okay, we're going to play a little game with you, Magic Man.
All right.
It's called Six Pack, all right? This is a rapid-fire game in which you have 60 seconds to correctly answer 6 questions about a particular category.
Okay.
I'll give you the category in a moment. If you do so, you win the game and prizes for tonight's contestant, who happens to be sitting right in front of you. It is
Okay.
Crazy Ashley Bellin.
Ashley.
This is what she can win tonight. These cool Packers socks courtesy of Shields.
Look at that.
All right. A signed photo of the Magic Man.
Okay.
And for the first time, because it's getting cold, the USA Today Network Wisconsin Ice Scraper is here. It's getting chilly outside. That's the pressure you're under. Now, if you don't answer these questions correctly, Crazy Ashley will have to hug Ricardo and hold that hug for 1 full minute. 1 full minute. Yes, Ricardo.
Ashley, I will
So she wins either way, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what you're
do my
saying.
best, Ashley.
Magic, if at any point you're stuck on a question, you can pass. We'll come back to it. Ricardo, you're going to keep track of the time, and do not start the clock right until I have completely and entirely asked the first question. Right?
I can't answer it until the whole question.
Unless you think you know it.
Unless I know it, I can do it.
but
Okay.
Now you need the category.
What's that?
You need the category
I
tonight.
do need it.
The category tonight, six-pack, is magic stuff, right? Magic.
stuff. Okay.
This is the Magic Man. How much does he know magic? I mean, I just think that's common sense, right? How you feeling about the
I hope
category
the
of
questions
magic?
are like Celebrity Jeopardy, where they're so much easier than regular
Yeah,
Jeopardy.
I know. I watched that too. I'm like, this is a piece of cake. It's like third graders. All right, so here we go. Don't start the clock until the first question is asked in its entirety. I'll let you take a sip of water.
Let's roll.
Are you ready to go? Magic. Name the 4 suits in a deck of cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Diamonds, clubs, spades, and hearts.
Yes.
There.
Number 2. What word does a magician historically yell as he pulls off his trick or illusion? Hint, it's also the name of a Steve Miller Band song.
Hocus pocus. Abracadabra.
There you go, you got it.
Abra.
This legendary magician
That was so bad.
magician once called Appleton, Wisconsin, his home.
Who's that?
Yeah, who?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
This legendary magician once called Appleton.
Oh, Houdini.
That's right. Number 4. This made Frosty the Snowman magically come to life.
Yeah, his hat.
Yes. Number 5. This long-time toy looks like an oversized billiards ball and can often tell fortunes by answering yes or no questions.
The 8 ball.
Magic 8 Ball is correct.
Snowball 8 Ball.
Last one. This Grammy-nominated and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band actually sang a 1970s hit song called Magic Man.
Heart.
Yes, Ricardo, he
Good.
got it. How much
go.
time?
6 seconds left.
6 seconds left.
Yep, he got it.
But the Magic Man got it. Hey, Rosie, we need some championship music because Crazy Ashley, you're going home with the Sox tonight. Yes, the signed photo of the Magic Man. And, of course, the best prize of them all, the USA Today Network Wisconsin Ice Scraper. There you
Nice.
go.
All
How about a
right.
round of applause
Way
for
to
the
go.
Magic Man?
Abracadabra, really?
Abracadabra, right? Hocus Pocus. I could
What
have
did I
accepted
say?
that maybe.
I said hocus pocus.
Yeah, that's a good one too, though. But
Wow.
abracadabra,
Yeah, I
right? That's
gotcha.
what they do. Hey, Ricardo, Magic, just a minute. We got one more segment to do, but
Yes.
now we got our high school team of the week.
We do.
Why don't
We
you introduce these guys?
Yeah, we need all the members of the Neenah boys soccer team. Why don't you all stand up, get recognized? Coach Krautkramer, please. Yes. Hey, we love it. Brett, want to give some love to these guys. They
Cool.
are your Fox Valley Association Conference champions. Their overall
Check out
record.
these young cats.
Yes.
Hey, that's some good-looking cats
Yeah.
out there, aren't they? These guys, man, look at these guys.
They are,
Some
yeah.
good-looking dudes.
Good-looking
All
dudes.
right.
Overall
Yeah.
record of 12-1-4, league mark of 6-0-3. They're the number 3 seed in this upcoming WIA Division I playoff. They host Sheboygan North next Tuesday in a regional opener. By the way, Brett, this is one of the platinum soccer programs in our area. If you talk to Neenah, they're known for soccer. They've had some great coaches in the past. And now their quest, am I right, guys? Get down to Uline Soccer Park in Milwaukee for the state tournament. Am I right, guys? Thank you so much for coming down.
Good luck.
Congratulations.
Best of luck,
on your
guys.
great
Best of luck.
season.
Best of luck.
And thank you, Coach Krautkramer. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's
great.
cool. That's
Great having
yeah,
these guys
good luck,
here.
you guys. Best of luck.
It's one of the great things, Magic, about being in this new place is we can bring in high school teams of the week. We have the space. We can
Yep.
honor these great athletes and have some fun.
No, that's a great spot.
All right, this is the last segment, and this is going to be a lot of fun. All right?
Okay.
If we haven't had fun already, Magic, we're really going to dial it up right now. So we had fun with this during your visit last year and thought we would do it again this season. Rosie, put it up on the. There it is, right? The Magic Man poster.
Hey.
Now, that poster, as I explained to Magic last year, used to hang on the wall, not the ceiling as he suggested, the wall at my girlfriend's apartment in college. She is now my wife. It was on the wall. And I
Don't-
confirmed that with her again
Hey.
this morning.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So,
I believe her.
by the way, Ricardo, these posters, Rosie, keep up the poster for a second. They need to make these posters again,
Hey,
right?
dude,
They're
this was
classics.
good fun. Look at that.
So,
Yeah.
and I need one in my man cave. I want one of these Magic
Yeah.
posters. So now I reached out on our Clubhouse Live Facebook page asking if anyone had this poster.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know it, Dale Zuliger, our show friend,
Hey.
Yeah,
he
there-
not only had one, he not only had two, He had 3 posters of the Magic Man, all signed, and he bought them, I think, at Pristine Auction, right? You signed the photos.
Yep.
And so Dale has graciously given us one of them to give away to a lucky fan whose name we drew before the show started. And let me go get it for you, Majik. It's right under here. Hold on. Check it out. There it is.
Hey.
Wow.
There it is. There it is. That stinking poster was the apple of my wife's eye for I don't know how long, and I'm still competing with the Magic Man. In fact, she almost came again tonight. She was going to come over and see you, but she's too shy. She is shy.
She is shy.
She is shy.
Yeah.
But you know that I think she's got this hidden somewhere in her stash of decorative gear anyway. So you can confirm that you signed that poster.
What's your wifey's name again?
Chris.
Okay, Chris.
Chris
yeah.
Christopherson.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris Christopherson, not the country singer.
Chris,
by
I'm
the
sorry, not here again. You need to come next year.
So I'm going to let you give this. We drew the name, and we're going to give this great poster away. Again, thank you, Dale, for donating it. We appreciate
Thank you, Dale.
Yeah,
and got it all framed up. But the winner is Travis Riggles. That's who we drew. Where's Travis Riggles out there?
Travis Riggles.
Travis
All right,
Riggles,
Travis.
you're going home with the Magic Man.
Sweet. Nice.
I'll let you give that to him.
Yeah, man.
One of the great all-time sports posters ever produced. I mean, there is no doubt about that. So congratulations, Travis. You're going home with Don Majkowski tonight. There we go. How about another round of applause? Thank you. And thank you again, Dale. Great stuff. That's an all-time. And I know you told me this last year, but you got to tell the people that weren't here, you have that poster in your house, don't you?
For sure.
Yes, you do.
Are you kidding?
And you look at that thing every single day.
Yeah, it's in my office. You know,
I have a
memorabilia.
question.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Did you choose the ripped sleeves and everything? Was that your decision for
I did.
the
You know, it was a company called the Kostakos Brothers, and they were doing, you know, whatever player, whatever gimmick or nickname you had, like, you know, Jim McMahon, he was like Mad Mac, dressed up like a general. Jerry Rice was something, you know, Boz was something.
Right.
Bo Jackson, we had the baseball bat and the shoulder pads.
Right, I remember that one.
So they asked me, well, you're going to be the Magic Man. They wanted me to put like this really sissy-looking cape and bow tie that was all night. I'm like, no, dude, you need to get it like game worn. Let's get a little rock and roll
That fits your
look, you know.
personality.
So I cut the sleeves off, put the eye black, made it a little muddy, you know.
Rip the knees a little bit of
The garden hose, that little pipe going.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Eye black. It worked out okay.
It did. It's a classic. It is an absolute classic. One of the great posters. I
That was
got to
the-
get one.
Yeah, that was
someday.
shot in Lambeau Field, actually. It's like,
Tanya was
yeah,
there,
my
wasn't
friend
she?
Tanya.
Yeah.
I invited her for that shoot. It's that little looks like a little flame of fire in the background, but that's actually the ramp of the old tunnel where we came out, and it was wet, and it just came out that way in a poster. It was pretty cool.
It is pretty
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah.
I know your wife is rolling her eyes, thinking, she's like me. She's like me. She's tired of looking at the poster,
Brett,
too.
I know.
She says she loves it.
Oh, she loves it. Okay.
Much like your wife.
I'm trying to find somebody to be on my team.
Yeah, that was her boyfriend.
Well,
She said
that's
that was my
right.
boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, apparently my wife thought this was her
yeah.
boyfriend too at the time. Luckily, she married me instead. So,
Yes,
hey,
yes,
how about
yes.
a round of applause for the Magic Man tonight? Yes.
Thank you.
It's a good time, isn't it? Are we having a good time?
The best, and it goes by too fast.
It goes. Should we do another hour?
We could do like
Let's
another
do
hour.
another hour.
Easy,
Who
man.
wants to
Oh
go
my
home,
gosh.
right? Yeah. Bonnie's clapping her hands.
So easy. Yeah, this is fun. No, you guys are fun. Thank you. This is.
Well, normally we go up north and predict the game, but there's nothing to predict, right?
Right.
The Packers are on a bye week, so they
I
don't.
hate this. I don't like this schedule.
No, it's a weird schedule.
It's-
They don't play till October
I know,
22nd
right?
now against Denver. Maybe that's not so good for a young team. Maybe they need to get back on the field faster and not have this long.
Well,
break.
they have no choice. So let's let them,
they don't.
let's let them make the most of it. You know, look at the mistakes they made and let's get better.
Do some self-scouting, as
Let's
they
get better.
say, right?
That's it.
So, hey, Ricardo,
Yep.
Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, that Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Brett, that's like less than $1.
It's
99 cents.
unbelievable.
Yeah, so please subscribe today because we need that money.
I'm sorry, I was blank. I got to talk to Dale about getting his second poster and getting that in my man cave right now. That's all I'm thinking about is that poster. No, I don't want to do that, though, because my wife would see that.
No, exactly.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Hey, special thanks to our sponsors and friends. Our presenting sponsors first, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. We also want to thank our segment sponsors, Bobbles Galore and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. And finally, thank you to our supporting sponsors and friends, Shields Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and of course, as always, the good folks here with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the Fox Club. Again, programming note, we're going to be back here next Monday, right? As I said earlier, Monday night at 6:30 at the Fox Club. Because of the bye, we will have actually, Keyshawn Nixon is back with a teammate guest, and then we'll be getting ready for that Denver game. So fill this place, and we'll see who Keyshawn ends up bringing on as his guest.
Mike, you are absolutely a true pro.
I
Pleasure.
appreciate you.
Let's give Mike a round of hands.
Brett,
He's good.
It's Brett. No, it's
Brett.
Brett.
I'm sorry.
Brett.
Mike!
Wow. I was only kidding, man.
It's bad enough that my wife had a crush on this guy. Now he's calling me Mike, for heaven's sake.
Mike, I'm sorry.
No,
Speaking of
okay.
Brett,
It's
Mike
hard.
Goals is
I've
what
been
he's
called
doing.
Yeah.
a lot worse, let me tell you
I'm sorry,
that.
Brett. That's one of my favorite names.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Is it?
Love Brett.
It isn't. It is not one of his favorite names, maybe.
No, congrats, man. You're good. Yeah, you did a great job.
I appreciate
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you being here. We're going to have to do
Yes.
October 10th, 2024. Let's book it. Let's book it right now.
Okay, Magic Day.
The Magic Day, and I don't care if it's a Thursday
Let's
night.
do
We're
it.
gonna do
Yeah.
it. So,
Okay.
hey, you got the final word tonight, and don't forget before you stick around. We're giving away these Packers Chargers tickets, so we'll see who wins those. But what's your final word to these great Packers fans out here tonight?
Final word is continue to hang in there with this team. You know, I really think they're going to be okay. You know, they're going to go through some growing pains, but as I know you all will, you'll support the guys, and let's hang in there and ride that love train, man. Let's see if we can get that thing going. All right?
You never know, right? Hey, how about the
Yeah.
Magic Man tonight, right? Keep those claps coming for Magic, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson, signing off.
My
Be
guy.
back here. Easy, don't touch me too much like that, okay? I'm not a big fan of that. Be back here next Monday night at 6:30 with Keyshawn Nixon and a teammate guest as we get ready for the Packers-Broncos showdown. In the meantime, our unofficial mascot, it's your turn. Mean Gene, take it away.